Giving good advice does not make you a life coach. And I say this with care and conviction because I was once there myself. My name is Lillian, and I'm a leadership and transformational coach. And I also train, develop, and coach coaches. So if you're serious about coaching as a profession, or you're looking for a seasoned and a credible coach, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Total Coach, for weekly guidance on developing your coaching signature presence, professional credibility, and inner mastery. So for years, for many years, I genuinely believed that giving advice to people was enough for me to be called a coach. I'd always been somebody people turned to for advice on life, relationships, or career matters. And for some reason, they trusted me, and by the grace of God, I was able to help them find solutions to their problems. And in many cases, it actually worked. And so, like many others, I assumed that was enough for me to be called a life coach. I honestly believed that I had earned the right, but I was wrong. And I only realized why I was wrong when a good friend of mine, who is an accomplished coach, said to me, "You'd actually make a real good life coach." And at first, I couldn't understand what he was talking about because in my mind, I perceived myself as a coach. I had arrived already as far as I was concerned. But then he went on to explain to me in detail what coaching really is and what I needed to do to become a good life transformational coach. And that was my aha moment. His detailed explanation changed my perception towards life coaching, and it also gave me an understanding that what I was actually doing, just handing out advice to people, was not coaching. And of course, there was nothing wrong with giving people good advice, but I'm talking in the context of how I was calling myself a life coach because I was not. I then grew a very deep hunger to professionalize my coaching. And then I went back to school, 4 years in academic training, and then certification, and finally international accreditation. It is a process to really become a good life coach. I understand that if I were, in fact, I understood that if I was going to step into a space where I was dealing with people's lives, I needed to do it with depth, I needed to do it with sharpened skills, and obviously with integrity. And I haven't still arrived. I'm still growing in this space. I'm continuously learning. Personal growth as a coach never really stops. In fact, as coaches, we never arrive. Professional coaching demands that we engage in our own coaching process. It is not optional, it is actually essential as a life coach. Mastering the art of coaching requires intentional, lifelong refinement